In the year 2187, time travel was possible. It had been possible for 11 years. But here was the thing that frustrated every scientist and engineer and government official who had ever worked on the project. It only worked backward. You could go to the past, any moment, any year, any ordinary Tuesday that had already happened. But forward, the machine simply would not go. Scientists called it a limitation, a flaw to be corrected, a problem to be solved. Nora called it a gift. Everyone else thought she was strange. The rules were clear. You could not change anything, could not speak to anyone who would remember you, could not leave a trace. You could only witness. For most travelers, that was a disappointment. For Nora, it was everything. Her first journey, the one she planned for 7 years before the program would approve it, was not to a famous battle, not to the signing of a treaty, not to any moment that a history book had ever noticed. She went back to her grandmother's kitchen in the year 2041. Her grandmother at 22 years old, before the illness, before the years got hard. Nora sat across from her at a wooden table and drank tea and watched her laugh at something on the radio. One afternoon. That was all. That was enough for the rest of her life. Over the next 40 years, Nora went back 412 times. She built what she called a museum of moments. Not a physical building, a catalog, a record kept in her own memory and her own words. She had witnessed the first sunrise on the morning after a great war ended, standing on a hill while strangers below held each other in a silence that said everything the peace treaties couldn't. She had sat in the room where a young scientist first understood the principle that would reshape physics, watching him stare at an apple for a full 4 minutes before his face changed. She had held the hand of a child who had no idea that she would grow up to do something that would matter to everyone. The child had just wanted someone to sit with her. So Nora sat. In every interview, in every lecture, in every conversation at a dinner table that went a little too long, people always asked her the same question. Don't you wish you could go forward? See what happens next? Know how the story ends? Nora would pause, not because she didn't know the answer, but because she wanted to give it the weight it deserved. No, she would say. The future takes care of itself. It always has. It always will. The future is being written right now by everyone in this room and everyone outside it and everyone who is 7 years old today and doesn't know yet what they're capable of. The past is the only thing still asking to be understood, and someone has to go back and listen. At 91 years old, Nora made one final journey. The approval committee asked her where she wanted to go. She gave them coordinates they didn't recognize at first. A garden, a small house, a Tuesday afternoon in the year 2103. Her own childhood. She went back to herself at age 7, playing alone in the garden, the way children play when they don't know anyone is watching. She sat on a bench at the edge of the flowers, and she watched. For a long time, she just watched. Then, bending the rules one last time, she knelt in the grass beside the little girl. The child looked up. Nora whispered, "It all works out. Keep going." The girl nodded, as if she had already known. Here is what Nora understood that the rest of us are still learning. The past is not behind you. It is beneath you. The foundation
every step forward is built on. And the only way to move forward with any wisdom is to understand where you have already been.